You know it's games trading when I got a naked knee.
Like that, they don't come out of the box that way.
Dude, minivans are the shit.
5 adults, a teen and a 7-year-old pop out of the Honda Odyssey with a Dale Earnhardt license plate on the front.
I don't know what is wrong with me. I cannot pee in a bottle in a car.
I can't if I'm driving.
I just don't get it.
Rolling, action, speed, action. Rolling.
Hard getting in here with all that
Rolling.
just mountain of Rogue equipment. If you want me to get any of it out of the way for you.
Nope, I don't.
All right.
Actually, we got to build some of it. Actually, there's some stuff over here on the outside. If you want, you can build your own rig. All the leftover stuff.
I want that.
That's what I saw it all out there. I came by yesterday.
I got one of the RML ones that you fold in and fold out, but I never fold it in. You know what I mean? Like, I do love it.
That's what I have.
They're clean looking.
I was about to say, then you don't really need any of this stuff out here.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't think I need it either. I thought
It can't go high enough for like legit pull-ups for me.
No, yeah, I can only really do strict pull-ups on mine, but my ceiling's so low that it worked anyways. Yeah. Like I have a ceiling mounted.
Wait, did you say real pull-ups and then said strict pull-ups?
but even strict for me, like I'm bending my knees. You know?
Okay.
I'm kidding. Everybody's gonna be like, those aren't real pull-ups.
Oh god.
My ceiling mounted one, I can do like toes to bar, and I can do pull-ups if I'm not tired.
Yeah.
If I'm kipping too hard, I can't do it. It's because my ceiling's too low.
The one that was my gripe about 24 in the Canyon too. That bar was so low.
It was low.
Not like I was gonna do many pull-ups
really
anyways.
There was like not
it
many
pooped
people
out
really.
quick.
Yeah.
Hard positioning. It was like off.
It was away from camp.
Oh.
I think South was the only one I ever saw actually doing it. Me and South were the only ones that used it. I did it for every round except for my last one. I was like, nobody's even keeping tally anymore. So
South came up to me probably 2 weeks before you guys left, and he goes, "Hey man, can you help me write a workout?" He goes, "I need to get biking. We're gonna do the 24 hours in the canyon." I go, "You're doing 24 hours in the canyon?" I go, "And you want me to write you a workout?" I go, "You should probably get on the bike.
It's too late.
You should probably get."
I tried to tell him, I was like, bro,
I'm like, dude,
just start doing intervals.
Hey, do you have a time machine I could borrow?
And I think it was like we wrote like a 30-minute workout with like, it was just bike erg. I think every 2 or 3 minutes he did some kind of lunging or something because he wanted to actually do a CrossFit workout. And I'm like, bro, you need to be on a mountain bike.
Did you hear what became of him?
No.
Oh, poor bastard.
No, I read some of the text you guys are saying, but
lap number 1.
Yeah.
Mills was third in line. I went first. South went second, and Mills is waiting. Actually, didn't take that long. And he looks down, and there's a dude just doing RoboCop down the thing. He had broken his bike right by where they had like an actual dude who works on bikes, and so instead of
which is about a mile-ish from the trade-off,
man, it still sucks.
and he just took off running. So like they're on the single track.
Shoes?
No.
Okay.
No, he was in flats.
Okay. Yeah.
But I would have paid to see it.
Yeah. Still, but if he was like just barefoot running with his shoes in his hands.
Luckily, the the trail from that spot is pretty good for a running trail.
It was the best place for it to happen.
Yeah, even
like,
if you were barefoot, like you could run.
it
It's
happen.
sand,
Yeah.
and not soft sand. Like it's hard packed sand and asphalt, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's almost the best possible scenario, but
Yeah,
he tweaked his knee. The best part of that whole story is he's had a knee thing going on for a couple months or whatever, and it's about probably 6 a.m., 5 a.m.
Oh, on day 2, yeah.
Yeah, you're well over.
You're almost there.
You're almost there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just finished the damn thing. And I hear Stevie.
When does it start? Sorry, or when does it end? I guess
Noon to noon.
Noon to noon.
Okay,
And
yeah.
it's probably you probably
made it to the morning
for
time.
them. They probably have 2 laps left.
Yeah.
I think we had 3 laps left at this point.
Probably when you make it to some sunlight, you're like, oh man,
It's almost like
almost there.
second life because
Yeah.
through the night I think is the most fun. There's one nighttime
too.
lap, the last nighttime lap usually where you're like,
hurting.
I'm
Yeah.
over this,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
the
the
sun
middle
comes
of the
out and it kind of rejuvenates you, so you have a good lap.
Yep.
And then you get 1 or maybe 2 laps, depending on how good your team is, of like hot laps again because it's
Yeah.
hot outside. Like it warms up quick. And so it's 6 a.m. You're through that, like the dark period. It's dark
Yep.
and it's dark mentally.
Yep.
You know, that when I joked on the rower one where the monsters come out, right? So they're past that. But I hear Stevie talking to South, and South's knee is bugging him. And Stevie's like, you got a real job, this, blah, blah, like
I
just
heard
talking
this.
him into quitting.
I heard this.
And I'm thinking, he's being a good dude and like letting South out of, so he doesn't feel bad, but Stevie's going to keep going. Stevie wanted him to quit, so he wasn't the only one quitting. So then he quits.
What are you trying to prove, man?
He quits. South quits. These guys are kind of like, if they're done, we don't want to keep going. So then Darren, D-Lane, Joe, and Jason are all like, yeah, we're done too. Like, it was a domino effect.
We were going again. I actually felt great. I think everybody was tripping when they were like, yeah, the sun's coming back up. The nighttime weather was so great.
Oh, nighttime it was cold.
Yeah, and I get it, you can't see, but it was so pleasant.
There was 2 of them that I had to wear a long sleeve shirt.
Yes.
Like, I wore a hoodie, like a thin hoodie.
Yeah. Because
but yeah, so then it just domino effect.
There's no humidity.
No,
not much.
No. It's
not
just
like
hot.
here.
And so,
but at nighttime it gets relatively cold.
Jason was just like, Jason's like, I'm done. He was tapped out. So then Darren falls, and then Joe's like, yeah, I'm out. D-Lane did end up doing another lap, but he had a full bonk. And then you and Mills did a celebratory 2-person ride together lap. Which
I didn't think about the implication on the score, and after that I was
June 1st.
So dumb. It was. It was. We got some good selfies.
And so what happened though is you guys were ahead of Kelsey's group.
Yep.
And you got passed by Kelsey's group because they just kept chugging along and they finished. Hunter had so many. I wish we had a GoPro just on him. Hunter,
he was walking
with
disaster.
Kelsey's group. First day, we did a pre-ride, not riding hard, anything. He gets basically stuck between some rocks, can't unclip, falls down the canyon.
Oh no!
When I say falls down it's a little ledge, probably 15, 20 feet, but it's like
he said he got one foot out and tried to plant. It was like full Wile E. Coyote. Just
his back looked like it was awful.
Got attacked by a mountain cougar.
Scraped up. Nasty, landed in a bush. What else happened? Did anything else happen to him on that day?
Were you there with the pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm getting there. But
the same lap. He came up over a hill screaming, he said, and there was one lady got out of the way, and she's like, my daughter's right there, and her daughter just came up in the middle of the trail and just stopped. And so he smashed the brakes, stuck in the pedals again, and just fell right over.
So the next day, nothing happened on the first lap or two?
I don't remember the story, but he saw somebody just eat it, I think.
Maybe.
He witnessed something that was bad. Nothing bad happened to him.
We need to get him on here and tell his story. Maybe on the 4th, you have to have him tell all of his stories when we do the 6 hours on the 4th. But there was another one. I saw him out there multiple times just standing on a rock. And I swear to you, both times he'd be like, oh, good line, dude. Good line. Because it was this weird up and over, and then you had to cut back real quick. But he couldn't figure it out. But I'd always catch him at that same spot and be like, oh, dude, good line. Good line. I'm like, thanks, Hunter. And I'd just keep riding. But I think his collective time in the canyon was, of his 4, he was probably out there for 8.5, 9 hours with just incidences. He brings home pizza because at midnight they bring Domino's pizza. And so he's riding in with the pizza. Well, there's these I don't know. They're not poles. They're fence posts that they've cut off, but it keeps people from driving into the campsites.
Oh, yeah.
It's the middle of the night. He smokes one handle over his handlebars, but he holds the pizza up throughout the whole thing.
In tripods.
No way.
Single hand down, keeps the pizza upright.
No way.
And then gets there, and it's upside down. He had it upside down from the start. And then some other stuff happened, I'm pretty sure. I wish we would have had a whole GoPro on him because there was multiple situations, but...
Oh, that's great.
And they beat us.
But they beat you guys.
And they beat us.
They beat you.
Jeez.
So, man, 24, it was fun. It was a good crowd. We had, we started with four of our own teams, and there was the Amarillo teams as well.
Yeah.
4 teams that we had?
At least, right?
Us, you.
D-Lane's team.
D-Lane's team.
Yeah, I guess 3 plus Kelsey, if you want
Kelsey and them, part of the crew. So, yeah, it's a cool event. Fun time. Once again, it's one of those, it's fun. Yeah, we're here. Okay, this sucks. And then it gets fun again.
And then
we're so rowdy,
a week later,
though.
you're like, dude, that was great.
Yes. And, we also showed up. I made all sorts of promises because in years past, it was 5th wheels with AC and food was provided and stuff.
Usually Williams had 2 kids since. None of that happened.
So we show up, nothing. A couple people brought tents.
Luckily, we had those canopies. We need to get a big canopy for next year.
You guys sleep at all?
I might have dozed off for a minute.
How much time off do you have roughly?
We were going 40. All of our laps averaged 38, 39 between me, Blair, Curtis, and AJ.
So an hour and a half.
So almost
Yeah, but you got to get back and change, get food in you, lay down, and then get changed. And
Technically,
make sure
you
you're
have
back
2
there.
hours. You have 2 hours. You get back with probably within an hour 55, and then you need to be back down there 5 to 8 minutes before their call time, just in case. So you're looking at an hour and a half of like complete rest.
Yeah.
Not enough to like come down off that high, get back up.
It's the kind of sleep where like you don't think you slept, but somebody's like, "Oh, you fell asleep."
Yeah. There was at one point at night, I had these like canopy lights kind of set up. It was a great Instagram ad, by the way. Served its purpose pretty well.
Actually, a good product.
Yeah, good product. It's like on a wheel that you can like have a center light, and then it has lights that you pull out on fish string. But anyway,
that's cool. There
was one time where everybody's kind of hanging out under the tent, and Joe Wilmoth was out from like 2 a.m. till 10 a.m. and just like this. I think you've got several clips.
It's in the video a bunch.
Yeah.
Just fell asleep.
Kelsey was out there the whole time. I don't think he ever really fell asleep, but he might have. I took that cot out there, and I don't know why you said that thing sucks. You're probably, I guess, a little wider than me because it was like perfect for me, and I slept out there on that cot.
It wasn't Scott's.
I can't fit on that cot.
Oh, I remember that.
And so I might have, like, it got dark because the lights died, and I might have fallen asleep because you're waiting. Usually when the guy that finishes ahead of you comes back, they'll usually like come find you and be like, "Hey, I'm back." Yeah. And then you start your whole, like, you got about 20 minutes there, and then you start your whole process of making sure you've got, bottles ready or whatever. When it comes to your health, some of the most important factors are the ones that you can't see in the mirror. Bloke specializes in men's health, helping you identify and fix the things that might be holding you back from optimizing your health. So regular blood testing is critical for staying proactive. Luckily for you, our friends at Blokes are here to make things easier than ever. Blokes doesn't give results with no solutions. They offer personalized solutions that fit your life, and they make the whole process simple and accessible. I get my blood labs taken at CrossFit Mayhem or in the comfort of my own home. If you're serious about taking control of your total health, not just your workouts, head over to blokes.co and take the first step. Use the code FRONINGPOD, all one word, to enjoy 50% off of all your labs. Mountain Ops has combined my two biggest passions, fitness and the outdoors, as well as sourcing quality ingredients. Mountain Ops Supplements has helped me get the most out of my training sessions in and out of the gym. If you want to start taking your results seriously, I've put together a bundle of Mountain Ops products. New and returning customers save 20% on their purchase when you visit mountainops.com and use the code FRONING. That's MTNOPS.com, code FRONING. When it comes to training flooring, durability is the most important factor. With Regapol's established 65-year history, the decision for our studio flooring was simple. Made from recycled tires, Regapol floors are indestructible, durable, and easy to install, and has less smell than other rubber flooring products on the market. To purchase, go to roguefitness.com and search Regupol. That's spelled REGUPOL. Get strong, grow durable, and unlock your potential on Regapol rubber flooring. Recover faster, breathe easier, and increase your endurance with Airwave's scientifically proven performance mouthpiece. If high-intensity or interval-style training is your sport, try their patented endurance mouthpiece. I opted for the Mayhem 2-pack with one of each. For podcast listeners only, save 15% of your purchase at airwave.com/Froning. That's airwave.com/Froning.
But early from like lap 1, I would always lay down.
Yeah.
Because he's giving you shit, there's no sleeping. Come on, let's go. And then it gets to like 5 a.m. and everybody's kind of like chills out on that.
Yeah.
AJ was sleeping quite a bit, but he didn't cramp.
AJ did exactly what AJ needed to do on this race. We needed AJ to run around 40 minutes.
Yeah.
He ran, I think, right under 40 minutes while the sun was out, and then just over while the sun went down, and was perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, he killed it.
So we ended up getting second. There was no chance in hell we were catching the team that beat us. They were so
far
fast.
ahead,
But it was good.
You should, like, in a friendly way, we should figure out how to invite them to the bench press and pull up.
Yeah, we should.
Or
we need to talk to 24 in the Canyon, Ryan, about having like a CrossFit division.
That would be cool.
With the bench,
Because there were a bunch of people there.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a bunch of people.
A bunch of people called it out. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so we need like a bench, like 2 or 3 benches or whatever in a station.
Yeah.
I would like you could make it barbell too, that we don't have the dumbbells and like a standardized weight, 135. Me and Thad have had this discussion because, on the 4th, he wants to make it. And it's, obviously we have to make the bench skewed towards us because the bike is
skewed towards
so
them.
much more obviously skewed towards them. So the idea, and I thought this was fair, but he said he didn't think it was. 155, you get 1 rep, and then for 75, you get half a rep. I feel like that's a fair trade. Like there's a low barrier to entry. It's double the weight.
What does he not think it's fair?
You know,
They don't want to touch it. Like they want their
touch
ride
it.
to be great.
They didn't even touch it. So
They think it that.
we need to have a diplomatic discussion about it, I guess.
I think they know it would have the impact that it would have. You know what I mean?
One of the guys, Ryan,
Yeah.
jumped in on it, but he was only doing half the race, and he was doing it by himself too.
That's right.
So, but he did jump in. So, yeah, I don't know. You know,
They want it to be a purist race, maybe.
no, Dad's open to like making it, you know, mutually
Inclusive, maybe.
inclusive, but he thinks that barrier is too high, which 75 pounds. I'm like, that's kind of the point, though, is
Yeah.
we're stepping into your territory. And bench isn't even like a CrossFitter's territory either.
Yeah,
Just
I
working
think it's
out,
fair.
fitness in general.
The best part is Rich saying we're stepping into your territory, but he's the only guy in the group that's gone sub 9 at Leadville.
Yeah.
This is
Man.
true.
Amarillo is infinitely more fun
Then here?
Leadville.
Well, just
Oh.
because it's fat, like quick laps, I mean?
I get to
just
ride.
not a
I ride as
grind.
hard as I
Yeah.
can
It's an awesome trail.
for 36 to 38
It's probably more
minutes.
fun than here, too, right?
Yes and no. Yeah.
More flowy.
Yeah, more flowy. It was rocky this year, a little rough.
Yeah, it
At
was
first, it got way better once there was more
Traffic.
when people kind of push stuff out of the way
Yeah.
by riding over it or whatever, and you could kind of see a better line. But that initial climb isn't that bad, but it's also terrible at the same time.
Oh, dude.
You know, you do a climb, it's a quick little climb, but then you just gradually keep doing this
Continue to
slow
climb.
climb, and there's these steps and stuff. But then once you're a mile and I think it's 1.78
It smooths
in,
out.
it's then
Yeah.
just the rest of the race, rest of
the-
the lap's awesome.
The back half was awesome. But it switches direction next
Yeah.
year. You coming?
Yeah, you are.
Come on,
Oh,
dog.
you have to.
I'm pretty bad at it. I'm
Part
pretty
of your
bad
job.
on a mountain.
Part of your job description now. Yeah, you are.
I'm pretty
buddy.
bad on a mountain bike. That's the problem. Like I am a danger to myself and everyone around me.
There's a place to get better. You're doing it. You got to start doing these challenges.
We'll see.
No,
see.
no, you're doing it.
I'll do some.
I'll put it in the contract.
I'll do some other stuff. You know, like that's
You just
a
need to
really
figure out
busy
the- you-
time for the CrossFit season. Like my skills are better suited elsewhere. I think my skill set.
You're not getting out of this.
I think it'd be a lot better if I did
Don't care.
anything else.
Nope.
Speaking of the CrossFit season, the semifinals are finally
In-person
Over.
qualifying events.
the in-person qualifying
In-person
events
qualifying
are
events.
finally over, and the last chance qualifier.
Are they?
Yes.
Last chance is
I
done.
know.
The leaderboard's not finalized. Is
No, but I'm
Leaderboard's
saying
not
we're
finalized.
done with the
Yeah.
3.5 months of
We're done.
whatever the stage is called.
it? The season starts here.
So it's gonna get triggered. It was so exhausting to pay attention.
When was the
and to
last time we
follow.
podcast? Like 3 weeks ago?
It's been a little while for
Yeah,
sure.
a couple weeks ago. I don't remember. Well, I can't say anything, but we have a secret project launching in August that has been taking up our time instead of podcasting.
Oh, is that secret?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. It's
I don't even know what you're talking about.
behind your back.
No, behind your back.
I know, but
Oh.
I don't know what's behind my back.
Okay, well,
I mean, I know, but
I think
don't really
I think
know.
it's a secret right now.
Okay.
Oh, all right. We won't do it then.
But yeah, that
Secret starts here.
that's been taking up a lot of our time.
All right.
All right. So what was the last event we debriefed?
I don't remember. Syndicate maybe?
No,
We
never did.
It
Syndicate.
was before. It was before Syndicate.
Luke Parker's retired.
Okay, yeah. We didn't talk about
It was
Syndicate.
the week
We've
before
not.
Syndicate.
Man, honestly,
Oh, we were in the
We were in
canyon
the
for
canyon.
Syndicate.
Yeah.
That's
honestly,
right.
dude, I'm surprised that Lukey P didn't try last chance or
I don't-
anything. I mean, good for him.
I-
He didn't. Did he tell you he was like? I knew if he didn't qualify or at the games, this was his last run at it. But I didn't
yeah,
realize
kinda.
Syndicate was.
Yeah,
was
I
it.
thought, well, because he was in Peru, and I told him, I go, dude, I think the last chance workouts, you're going to be able to do them. Like, I think he's like, well, we're going to be like going from gym to gym. I go, I think those people would probably like to see you do them. Like, that might be kind of cool. And he's like, no. I'm like, all right, you don't have to do it, but whatever. And so, yeah, Syndicate was it, I guess.
Good for Luke.
Yeah, it's cool to see. He's like ready for life.
Yep. He had
Resolute.
2 good years.
He's working on
Showed up here. Honestly, first workout he ever did here, I was like, nope, no chance this guy's making games ever.
Yeah.
So,
just grind his face off. Yeah, he's working on, I don't know, he hasn't explained to me what his job is, but he's
working for a nonprofit where they take like sports teams to build houses or something.
Yeah,
it
if
is.
there was
I didn't
ever
know
like a perfect job for Luke, this sounds like the one.
Yeah.
Team building hype guy, yeah. Luke.
Team building hype guy, yeah.
That's him.
For sure.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He sounded fired up about it.
Yeah, that's good. Old Lukey P.
And then Jorge qualified
Pour one out.
Yep.
at NorCal.
Yeah, Jorge, man.
How about NorCal?
Let's talk about Syndicate first. Events. You guys did a little specialty thing. Didn't you guys like do the events or something for the crowds?
No, they did.
Yeah, he did. He did
community
one.
events.
He did one every day. Like the first day they did Heavy Isabel. John Young wanted to do Heavy Isabel.
Sam
like
smashed
Sam
John.
smashed John Young, which was hilarious. And then on Saturday they did. Taylor did his season finale, Kill Taylor there, which is basically a whole year. I think it was about a whole year of Kill Taylor events on Saturday. On Saturdays on their podcast, and he did it live, which was cool. They had a full heat of people. And then on Sunday we did. He just called it the Sunday Showcase. We did the Sunday morning event before the athletes did it, which was cool. Like
You did the high box jump one?
yeah, the high box jump, handstand walk. It was
How'd you stack
Who
up?
won?
Austin won. Hatfield did it with us. He won. And then a guy from JR's gym beat me. Haley beat me. And then I took 4th.
Yeah, handstand walking's not your
Yeah.
jam.
I mean, I actually did all right. I
4 in the
just
heat
can't
or
keep
what?
up with Austin and Haley on it. It's crazy.
How many in the heat? 4 of you?
There's 10 of us. It was a full heat.
I was just checking.
Taylor shot out like a out of
Cannon?
a freaking cannon, and then he failed maybe half a dozen obstacles. It was hilarious.
What was the 50 feet every time or 25?
30 feet. It was just 30 feet.
With the obstacle in the middle?
With the obstacle in
You
the middle,
basically
yeah.
ping
30
pong?
feet is weird with the obstacle because it's like there's a
don't get a
long,
hand, yeah.
there's a long period where it's like normally we do 25, and you know it's like, okay, 4 or 5 steps and I'm there.
Yeah.
30 was like,
Messes you
all
up.
right, it's like 8 or 9 steps.
Messes with your brain a
It's,
little bit.
it's a little weird.
You need shot IQ. Get rid of all that talk.
No, that was really cool. And then, I mean, yeah, the events were cool. I think they were pretty well received. I think the only 2 events that maybe people didn't like was the hundreds,
Yeah.
which is
I heard
necessary.
they were hard to watch.
The hundreds was hard. These are the 2 that were hard to watch. Hundreds was hard to watch because it was just long,
It's long
and
and it's-
which
You're
and
doing
I think
5s probably at the end.
yeah, some people are doing 5s in the squats. A lot of people are doing 5s in the squats, like maybe 10s, and then the burpees are just slow. I mean, it's a fitness test. It's gonna be boring to watch. Like that was what it is. And then the yoke one, because they didn't have very good viewing for like watching the athletes run outside. I think they did have a drone out there, maybe showing it a little bit, but you kind of lost the race. And then sometimes people would get past in the run. You kind of lose that. That was the only feedback. Everything else is pretty
I think
good.
the test was good though.
Ben Smith taking top 10 was cool.
It's impressive.
He he PR'd his Heavy Isabel there. I think he was like 450. Like it's pretty good.
Oh boy.
And he's done it 3 times this year, I think. I think he did it 3 times this year. Yeah, that means Syndicate was good. And then
How old is Ben? Is he older than you?
No,
Oh, he's younger.
he's 34. No, he's
Oh,
35.
no.
He just turned 35.
35. That's
Yeah,
it.
he didn't know that he was.
Masters.
He didn't know that he was Masters this year. Otherwise, he would have signed up. He didn't realize his birthday was. He thought he had to be 35 at the Open when you just have to be 35 at the games.
Yep.
He did say he'll probably do Masters next year. He said it was just literally an oversight. I talked to him a lot. It was cool. And then, yeah, I mean, I thought it
Good
went
vibes.
well.
Like
yeah,
everybody-
yeah, it went really well. Like one thing, Wilson, whether you love him or hate him, he runs a pretty good event. Like he does
yeah.
actually run the event really well, and it was compared to other events, it was ran pretty well.
What event are you talking about?
Just others.
That you've seen.
Just yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Things I've heard.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some rumblings.
Like at the next weekend?
Actually, yeah, I think you're right, Scott. I think it was
Come
the next
to
weekend.
come to think of it.
Yeah.
Have you talked to those guys?
Ben texted me, and I just haven't had a chance to text him back. from the outside, it looked like a mess.
Yeah, go ahead.
From what I've heard, they ran a really good community event.
For sure.
For the community, it was cool. I did like the feel of, it felt like 2009, 2010 days. I think we all think it was a nice idea. It could have been done better,
I think that it was probably being there was, if you're not there to go to the CrossFit Games, it was probably a freaking blast.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And I think everyone will. I think that's the common theme. They had some incredible vendors. They had the biggest vendor village out of all of the semifinals. That I've heard from people who went to them. They had a ton of vendors, and it seemed like, I think Hiller said this, that like all the vendors, like when you walk around and talk to them, they were all like super stoked. Like people were walking around and buying stuff and talking to them and interacting, and that was like awesome. I think everyone agrees with this notion. NorCal runs their event the way they run their event. It's not news that that's the way they run their event. Like, it was not news.
I heard that too.
And so yes, maybe they had some inconsistency things where they needed to clean it up. But like, hey, CrossFit, you asked them to do it. They took on all. They.
And I can speak from experience. CrossFit didn't do shit to help.
No, they said, hey, do our job for us, and they did your job for them. So like, you're not going to hear anyone on the CrossFit side say, hey, those guys did a crappy job of running our event. Like, hey, they did you a favor. Mm-hmm. You asked them to do it, they did it, and you got exactly what they normally do. Really short notice is a turnaround. Short notice.
Yeah.
I think there was even shorter than everyone's, right? Because I think they accepted like around the Open.
We did ours in when?
April.
And
we accepted like November, December.
January,
yeah, so there's
and that was kind of a self-inflicted wound. We chose.
Yes.
We based it around Scott's baby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So like, we could have gone.
Wanted the season to start here.
Yeah,
we wanted the season to start here again. We wanted to start here both times.
So there, they had a short turnaround.
Help me understand. The only real. Is it fair to say that the only real issue was the guys'
There was
final?
3 issues.
No.
There was 3 issues in my opinion. The push, the gator push.
For sure.
Oh, right.
We advised against heavily, and they changed the test.
That wasn't what it was going to be.
Telling us whatsoever.
Yeah.
The fix was very poor fix. They should have had people do the event in both lanes and combine the score.
Yeah.
Simple.
And
fix.
that goes to Angelo's point of like, if I'm a local competitor, I think that'd be fun to like chuck some stuff in a gator and push it.
I think it's still cool.
But
but here, hey, this one's not
different.
Sorry guys, it's a 40-second event. You're going to do it twice. Sorry, that's what we're going to do.
Or you just push both of them for one time.
Yeah,
push this one, come back, push this one.
Yes, if we know that, the second issue was the
I'm
run.
I'm going to touch on what you
shuttle
just said.
run. Was that an issue, or was that just a video?
Because the cones kept moving and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, the cones kept moving, and the rigs were at an angle, and the rings were different sometimes, and there weren't enough. It's just that muscle up event was tough.
And then the clean event was a disaster.
Yeah.
Absolute freaking disaster.
Yeah.
So those 3 things are the main things. I don't know, was there anything else?
Those are the main thing. No clock on the floor was small. Is a big thing, but it's not as big as those.
I don't hate the no clock on the floor.
I don't. I don't
just go.
I know, but I don't like that. Like I've been doing well all weekend, and I'm in the last heat, so I should be able to that. Like I've earned the right to get that little edge of like, I know this guy's time, and I know that I can beat him. I should be able to pace to that to just beat him. You don't like that? You don't see it as an issue.
As a competitor, I think yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But as kind of like an event, it's
and
kind of
watching,
like, hey,
it's like, just go for it.
Just go for it. You know?
But the thing is I would agree with you if there was such a huge skew. Like if, let's say you're there and I'm the next best guy. Like I could see it at that point where like, yeah, you're just going to destroy me and everything. So like to get you to actually try, we're not going to give you a clock. You can't have a clock. But since it's like the times are relatively close, like everyone's going to try really hard anyways. I don't think but I can see where that's not a big issue for people. That's what I'm saying. That isn't a big issue.
I was just
the ropes breaking on.
No, I didn't know about that.
It was like melting. I think the inside of like the glue basically of the handle was melting, and the cable would shoot out of the handle.
Oh,
I don't see. It is a big deal, but I don't see it as it was an RX rope.
They had to use those ropes?
They had to use, it was the RX sled. That was the really heavy one. You know, the Chronos. The really, really heavy one. That is an unforeseeable issue. Like, I know that you can't go out there and you put the rope out there. You don't think about putting the rope out on the floor for 6 hours and seeing what would happen. But they cut it. They cut it as soon as, like, the first community of division went and did it. They cut it. That I understand. That's unforeseeable. The plates, the extra plates on the competition floor, that one is tough. The
having the bars loaded different.
So this is what happened. If I'm wrong, someone will destroy me in the comments. So no worries there. That the weight was set. The weight was set before they showed
65, 85, 325, or I can't
remember. 75, 315, 335, 531. Those are the weights that were set. They realized they weren't going to fit on the bar, so they said the last weight was going to fit on the bar, 275, 315, 325. Let me make sure I get this right. The loading was written on the board. The new loading was written on the board. The color combination of plates was the old color combination of plates on the board. And it was changed. So they basically erased the numbers, put new numbers 5 minutes before the first. But didn't change the colors. So when you see it, you go, okay, well, the colors are right. The loading, okay, that's the loading I'm doing.
And they have the short bars.
And they had the short bars. That's why I didn't.
Short collars.
Short collared bars, yes. That's why I didn't fit on there. So, yeah, you didn't know that the weight changed like soon before the event started.
There were no briefs?
Numbers there was on Thursday, but they hadn't. The weight was the weight was what the weight was on Thursday, and then it changed on Sunday before the event happened. So that was the big struggle of the plate debacle. That is an issue. I'm not breezing over the fact that like Nate loaded his bar wrong and it probably had implications on the leaderboard.
Definitely.
Almost definitely had implication on the leaderboard. But in the hierarchy of issues, I think it is at the least amount Nate's fault. Then second to least, it's now Taylor's fault. Third to least, it is the event's fault. And then when you look at it as a macro, it is CrossFit's fault. For knowing that I'm good that people are gonna destroy me, Saran. Everything's CrossFit's fault, but it is true. That sometimes they have problems at their event, inconsistencies like that, and they've never run an in-person qualifying event for the CrossFit Games. I don't know. They just didn't rise to the occasion like I think they probably should have, I guess is the best way to put it. And CrossFit put a lot of faith in them by not overseeing anything and saying, hey, not saying, hey, have you tested this? Have you thought about doing this? What if this happens? Because they have the most experience. Like the people with the most experience who've done stuff out on the hot floor, like, hey, have you gotten covers for the bars? Because we've had that issue in the past where it's burned our athletes' hands or something. Like, just to, you need them to guide you a little bit. They're the people with the most experience.
Like a safety council. Yeah,
like a safety council. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't think it's 100% their fault at everything that happened. And I don't know who you point the finger at, but I think everyone can take a little bit of blame there.
What's on your wrist?
Or what they will change.
Other side.
It's a wart. I can't get rid of it.
I thought it was a pimple. Sorry.
I can't get rid of it.
That's where my brain went.
I keep cutting it off with a razor. I need to freeze it off.
Yeah, duct tape and was it?
That over-the-counter burn
stuff.
You
can get,
Really?
Free stuff, yeah.
I always had mine frozen off.
Yeah.
By yourself or at the doctor?
I was a kid when I had them. So was doctor.
It's because
they spray it. It's like this icy stuff. It burns.
You can get it.
Yeah. And then put a piece of duct tape over it.
Is the duct tape necessary?
It works for me.
You've had one?
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the second one I ever had. The
Sorry,
first one I ever had.
I hijacked that whole conversation.
The first one I ever had, I just kept cutting it off with a razor until I got down to the root of it and it didn't show back up.
We had some old wives' tale here where they tell you to put apple cider vinegar and then cover it in duct tape. And we tried that for the kids, and after the first week of just foul smells and just nasty all the time, I was like, no, we're going to burn this thing off
all the time.
I think that going back to the CrossFit semifinals.
My bad.
I think that it kind of now that we've seen the whole picture, it kind of proves the point that the whatever we want to call this, like the sanctionals model, it can be good. Yeah. I think we showed that. I think Torian Pro,
Syndicate. I'd say
Syndicate
in there.
And and there's some others too.
There's others in there too, yeah.
But it also shows kind of the downsides of it too. So I think what needs to happen is some sort of hybrid model. Well, the first thing that needs to happen is that online one needs to be the last thing. Because what happened is not necessarily any fault of them, but your best like 10 athletes, 11 athletes didn't even have to go in person. Some came to ours beforehand, but people, to further the sport, want to see those people compete in person. They didn't get to, so that's a problem. And then 2, I think having less of them is going to create more hype around the ones that do exist, because you get the talent pool that people want to watch spread so thin that you lose a lot. Like Syndicate last year, when we had like 7 dudes in the final heat and like 12 people qualified, that thing was crazy. But you just don't get that energy at the semifinals this year.
This is what
I think CrossFit too needs to do something. Like, I mean, I don't know what happened in Africa. I don't know what happened in some of these other ones because they can't afford a broadcast. So CrossFit itself should have, if they haven't, maybe they have, done some type of, it doesn't take, yes, it takes some money, but it's not the money a broadcast would cost to send somebody down there and just do a recap of it. What are you smirking about?
Are you on the edge of your seat for those results?
But still, like, if we want to grow in these other areas, why not tell the stories?
100%. It's it is difficult because the success or failure is really on the shoulders of. They did a great job echoing what we did, but that was because we were doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because we were putting out so much they could just kind of collaborate with. Yeah, that's a good point.
Dom and I were talking about it today and said, like what Scott just said, get rid of the online before, use the last chance qualifier for however many spots are left, go back to 40 athletes at the games, whatever, that doesn't even matter necessarily. Do the top 3 at all the semifinals, figure out the number that you want of like North America semifinals, top 3 there, and then Europe probably top 3, and then for the rest of the world, you figure out whatever else, however many athletes you want, 3, 2, 1, whatever it is, and then fill the rest of the spots. However many people sign up to do it. So like if we sign up and Syndicate signs up, and let's just say NorCal Classic doesn't sign up next year to be, or doesn't care to be a in-person qualifying event, then okay, we're not going to like force anyone to do it. At the end of the season, we'll just add those 3 spots to the online. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, but at least you force, not force, but you take the athletes and you give them this opportunity. Also, I think what a lot of the event organizers agreed on was a huge problem for them. I know Wilson said this, and I think the guys at NorCal said this as well, that they want teams there. Like, they wanted teams there because teams, most of the time, are more, I guess NorCal is okay because they have the community divisions, and Syndicate did have teams, but not a lot of teams who were hoping to go to the CrossFit Games or are going to the CrossFit Games were there because, like us, we were training instead. That it takes, you get more people who are like closely related to their gym, because still, like, if you can go on a team to the games and you could just be like a coach in your affiliate. Like, there's still that little bit of feel with those guys because at the top level, it's mostly their job. But a lot of the team athletes have more rapport with the people in the members in the gym, and like, it may just be literally your coach, and they may not even be going to the games, but you can make it to semifinals and you know them relatively well. And that was drawing a lot of tickets in. That Wilson said that was like a huge problem for them with selling tickets, because a lot of big teams weren't there, or more teams weren't there. So hopefully they put some tickets for the teams into the in-person qualifying events. I don't know why they took it away.
Or when they get rid of the teams completely.
I think that notion may be old.
Really?
I think it might be. Hopefully. I mean, I like it. I'm sure you like it too. I know it's hard to watch for some people, but I think if you're in the CrossFit community, like I said, you probably enjoy watching it. Some people do. Like, I mean, I do, because I understand it. But especially if you know somebody out there, it's just more, it's a lot of people. Yeah. You know, like, you have 4 people out there and they each bring 2 people with them. So even if they know nobody, you know, their family's going to come watch them. That's 2 people. That one person sold 2 more tickets, and you have 4 of those people.
8.
Yes. 4 people on the worm. Yeah, I was thinking on the worm. 4 people on the worm, 8 people in the seats.
Man, yeah, there needs to be some type of communication between everybody. You know, it would be
The
great.
events, you mean?
The events, the top.
Yeah.
You know, the only conversation we had was somebody called me and said, "Hey, how many of these events are you guys programming?" I said, "Well, technically, we only programmed Mayhem. And how are you guys programming those?" I said, "Usually we do it by committee. There's a couple of us just sitting there and either get with the event organizers and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, do you guys have somebody with a level 1 in there?" That was the question.
Yeah, that's great.
That was the question.
That's so good. Someone with a level 1 in there.
So is that a no?
We did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Who?
Every event. We had somebody had a level 1.
Probably.
Thank
Everyone
goodness.
that we programmed.
We didn't check, but probably.
Malone.
Yeah,
He
Malone.
was at Mayhem 1. He had a level 1.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get my level 1 again.
Oh, you went for the full knee shave? That's smart.
You have to.
You really do.
You know, it's games trading when I got a naked knee. The electrodes fit so much better. Madison looked at my
Which
knee.
one
the
is
other day,
that?
She goes, Power Dot.
Oh, yeah.
The old one,
They're
old
still
school.
around.
Oh no, they're not. I
Oh,
can't
really?
find. But no, I
Can
think
you
the
update
company,
the app?
the company exists, yeah, but this is an old model.
Oh,
I can't even find stickers for it now.
Nice.
Like I have to like buy them on the black market. They don't think this exists anymore. I got this thing for my birthday in 2015.
Oh, it's still
Probably.
jamming?
Yeah, it was brand new when I bought it. Like it was.
Awesome.
This was like Josh Bridges is posting pictures on his Instagram.
Bridges J3.
Oh yeah, and I was taking creatine JB at the time too.
Get you
Dude,
now.
I was like, oh yeah.
Should we talk about our new discount code?
Yeah, we should.
What do we have a
You mean
discount
for these
code
fancy shoes we're wearing
Vivo?
that we've
Vivo?
like ridden into the ground?
Oh
Mine
yeah.
are-
You
mine
ride
are-
those things hard.
I ride them hard, man.
If anybody wants to know if you authentically wear these sneakers, just take a gander. Like that, they don't come out of the box that way.
And the only soft spot, well, they're all soft because they're barefoot shoes, but the only weak point I've found in these shoes so far is this tread right here for rope climbs. And I
Dude,
think
they aren't meant for rope climbs.
No, I know. But if they were smooth right here, I don't think we'd have that issue because it grabs that last tread and just rips it open. So
Grabs that last little nipple there.
little nipple.
What's recount the story for us? I think is what Scott's gently pushing us towards.
Well, we talked about it. Well, we had that reel where we like the short version.
Yeah.
But basically tell the long version of.
Long version
how you
is
ended up
How'd you
with
first find them?
my knee hurt. Many eons ago, my knee hurt. It still hurts, but it feels better. I've always liked a more low pro shoe. So even when, the Nano 2, I can think back to like with Tal at Reebok, I would take the insole out of my shoe and everybody it would drive them crazy. But I like to be more glued to the ground. Well, shoes, I feel like over the last couple, even the CrossFit shoe has gotten a little bit more thick. So I went to a running shoe when I ran, in 2017 now, when I tore my meniscus. I've just had knee issues and stability issues in that knee, and it just doesn't feel good. And so I think it would have been 2-3 years ago, I'd start on Sundays just going downstairs, getting on the runner barefoot, completely barefoot, and running on the runner, doing some, call it zone 2 work, just some light cardio, just barefoot. Well, I started getting, obviously, a little as I added miles, if you're running if you're starting to run like 4 or 5 miles, I was starting to get a little bit of callus, a little bit of blister. So I started looking for a barefoot shoe. I went through Ultra. Mm-hmm. Tried Ultras for a little bit. They were all right. Zero, they were okay. And then somehow landed on these. I don't know if it was an Instagram ad or something. They had a boot, a tracker boot. And so I ordered just the Magna. I think Malone was wearing it maybe. Just
yeah, he'll say that he was wearing them first. He will let you know.
Josh, I was like, oh, what shoe's that? Because, I was into the barefoot thing. So he had them. So ordered a pair, loved them, was working out in them, saw that they came out with a boot, wore it during that hunting season, and kind of the rest is history, except for I was coaching baseball, and Annie Rogers looked at me, and I had regular shoes on one day. She goes, why aren't you wearing your elf shoes? And so it completely ruined the Magna for me. So I was like, I got to find something more high-toppy. And so I went with these, the Magna SG Light, SG Magna, I don't know.
They got long names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like the high top. What do you call that? A mid top, I guess.
Mid top, probably.
But now I can't.
But man, it like
go back.
locks your heel in for sled push. It just feels great. And my only gripe is, which they may be working on it. I think we are going to work on one. Is a more or less tread with this upper, because I mean it's other than that it's near perfect in my opinion.
Oh, so like get that mid top shoe with like a workout bottom
that very
instead
shoe.
of like a
It's
kind
very
of a
shoe with the workout bottom.
Yeah, instead of the terrain bottom.
Yeah. So.
And what was the barefoot, like running on the treadmill barefoot in the first place?
I was like, I'll strengthen my calves. Maybe it'll take some pressure off my knee, ankles, whatever. Now, if I go back to regular shoes, I just feel so unstable and feel like my knee is just kind of moving around that I can't. Every once in a while I'll wear Jordans or whatever we go out, but I hurt after if I'm doing any type of walking.
Yeah,
dude, shoes I cannot wear that I really wanted to like them. The like those Vans workout shoes. You guys have you have those?
I don't have them. Seth does, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure Seth has them.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people have them. I cannot wear them. I mean, I can't wear them to do anything. Like they like how wide those are, dude. They are like.
Oh, I can't.
You ever seen like those Asian women that like they
stop.
They crush their feet into like those little shoes because it's like that's you're supposed to have small feet, and so their toes are all like. Dude, my toes are messed up.
That's miserable.
After I wear, I cannot wear them.
My foot's so fat, like even Nikes do that to me.
I can't do. Yeah, I can't wear anything anymore.
I think these are so comfortable for me for like if we go to the games or something, I'll stand 10, 12 hours, and it's fine because my foot is like
open and like I almost like rest on the ball of my foot versus resting on my heels all the time. Like we went to what really sold it on me was I guess 2 years ago we went to DC and I'd packed the Magnas and like normal shoes. And the first day I was like, I'll wear normal shoes, man. Because I was like, we'll be on concrete walking around all day. Dude, it was awful. Yeah. And so the next day, man, even when I've gotten to wear, like when we worked at cows and bison, I can't wear cowboy boots or roping boots. I just wear the freaking trackers. Yep. And it just feels so much better.
I don't even throw the Nike Monarchs on for the ride on mower, These are my yard shoes too. I guess the big claim is foot strength, right? Yep. So like after 6 months or so of wearing them, you're supposed to notice like, well, I don't know if you notice it. You just notice that your knee feels better.
Just feel
notice
better.
You're moving better, Yep. But to Scott's point, exclusively for listeners of the podcast, Mayhem 20 gets 20% off of Vivo. So try them for yourself. You can tell by the dirt on Rich's that
I got a little dirt on my boots. Yeah,
they're the chosen foot shoe of Mayhem.
These ones have like the tread is worn out on this where I pronate really bad, bow-legged.
I really, because I would steal your boots anytime we would do anything.
Trackers.
I would steal them, and you had a pair that were just a little too small for you, so I wear those hunting now, and I love them.
They're incredible.
They're so comfortable.
Are they like the insulated ones, or you're not going cold?
No, they're just the leather.
No, they're just leather.
If we could put that bottom on these shoes,
yeah,
they would be the perfect shoe.
We were going on that affiliate tour, gym to gym, and we all walk in, like 8 of us, all the same shoes on, and they're like, "What in the hell are on your feet?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like total.
Everybody always asks if they're
part of the uniform.
Shoes.
It's total 2010 CrossFitter with the barefoot shoes.
Yeah,
again.
but at least they're not
full circle.
fingers.
Yeah.
At least they're not
the
finger
shoes. Yeah, I had those. I had the finger shoes.
I had a pair. I did not wear them, but maybe twice.
I did not
I was
like
like,
them.
I can't do this.
I did not like them.
I never touched them.
Have we podcasted about the affiliate tour at all?
No,
man. It's all fresh.
That was another thing that happened.
So fresh.
Yeah, you guys were leaving. Yeah, you guys left. We did it like the end of that week, and then you guys left the beginning of the next week.
That was like Twilight Zone for a while.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's like a time warp, you mean?
Yeah.
Show up to the gym, work out, get in the car.
At one point, it felt like we were on the road for a month, and then on the way back, it felt like
it'd been one day.
Just the day before we had left. What did we hit? 6 gyms on the way down?
6 and then 1 coming back.
1 on back.
Yeah.
We were going to try to hit 2 on the way back, and we just had to get home.
Yeah. Well, we literally ran out of time for Darren.
The biggest thing was the Honda Odyssey. Everybody cracked up when we pulled in with the Honda Odyssey because they were like, we expected you guys to pull up in, blacked
anything
out
else.
Tahoe or Suburban or something. And 5 adults,
compile out of the Honda Odyssey.
Teen and a 7-year-old pop out of the Honda Odyssey with a Dale Earnhardt
nice
license plate on the front.
Is it still like fishtailing, or is that just because we had it loaded so improperly?
We had it loaded improperly.
That was a different Honda Odyssey.
Huh?
The one that went to Ohio.
But that was when
we
had like how many pounds of weights in the back?
We had so much. We had all the weight.
Yeah, we didn't have it right.
Like when Ben was driving, he was about to we're about to fly off the road.
It has new problems, but that's not one of them.
We still need to clean that thing.
It sounds really bad after the trip.
Yeah, it
Really?
needs new brakes.
Why?
New brake pads.
We went off-roading in and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, minivans are the shit.
They're awesome.
They are so
Honda Odyssey is
good.
awesome.
That Deadpool clip about Honda Odyssey is so true, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You just can't kill it.
No. We are.
But
We're probably gonna get rid of my truck soon, and I think we're gonna get a minivan.
the old man truck, the two-wheel drive truck.
Yes, with the Tundra. Just because all it does is sit in the driveway and wait till the battery to die.
Yeah.
But it's nice having a third car, so we'll probably get rid of it and get a minivan.
You won't regret it. Go all-wheel drive.
Oh, dude, I'm fired up. Madison loves them.
Oh, the features are radical.
She loves them.
So we left Tuesday mid-morning,
yeah.
picked up Darren at the airport, drove to CrossFit Rivalry in Jackson. Cool spot. We did a little us workout with some GHDs, shoulder overhead, and then we did the Darren's class workout, which was a nightmare. There's a bunch of echo bike and sandbag carry, and then row lunge. Loaded up, drove to Memphis, Collierville, CrossFit. Hung out with them in the morning, we switched up the Friday workout, luckily for us. Did some bench strength, then we did a little deadlift, handstand, hanging from a bar complex type thing. And then we drove to
Russellville.
Russellville. Is that where you guys caught us? No, you didn't catch us
We
there.
almost caught you there. We caught
Went
you
to
that night.
Russellville. AC. They have AC in Russellville.
Nice.
They also thought it was like a spam message when Christy asked
That's right.
about us coming.
Yep.
That was good.
We hung out there for a bit. Great place.
We went to the pet store there, too.
Went to the pet store.
What'd you do at the pet store?
Well, we had time to kill because nobody was there. It was in this like shop. Oh, it used to be like a Kmart shopping center. You could tell.
You could tell at one point it was the place.
It was. And so
It was not the place.
we
by the
had
time
about
we
an
got
hour,
there.
hour and a half to kill or something. And so they see that there's a pet store. So they go over there. I stayed in the truck the van. And I'm not going to church it up and watch the Tigers were playing. So I watched me and Trice watch it. No, did Trice go with you guys?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Tigers game. I sat in there, dude. When they walked back in there, it smelled like 1990. Like you could smell 1990 on them.
Yeah.
Like it smelled
Smelled like
like
the
rat
Cookville Mall.
shit and cigars, and like you could smell some
Yeah.
like smoke on them.
That's pretty much what was in there.
So we went back over there, and dude, it was a cool spot. They had like a 125 meter track.
Something like that inside.
Yeah, inside.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It was AC. AC was incredible. So we snatched, did some double unders, box jump overs, and overhead squat. Then we drove to Fort Smith, CrossFit 413.
Yep.
Group of firefighters. They took Trice up in the truck. We did
That was cool.
20 rep back squat
Yep.
off the rip. Hadn't touched that, so I did 275 because I was like, I don't want to
easy.
I don't want to do too much before this race. Then we did a little shuttle run, toes to bar, went and ate at the egg.
Something like that.
That's right.
Egg.
The egg was good.
The egg was good. Then we drove to Oklahoma. Where were we at in Oklahoma?
Clinton, Oklahoma.
Clinton, Oklahoma. And
Resolute.
Resolute.
We
Had an
had
awesome
brisket.
Do what?
We had brisket.
Brisket. Man, family was awesome. They had cooked brisket for us. We hung out.
This video is coming out, right? Soon?
It'll come out when this podcast comes out. It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin names and all that stuff. Let everybody see
Yeah.
see him in the video.
It was
a
cool,
ton of
though.
fun. It was cool. It was
And
right on
then-
their house, like their property. He just was a firefighter. I got a challenge coin actually for
Oh,
you.
that's cool.
He's chief now. Started this gym just kind of out of their yard, and man,
Extreme
It's been around
hospitality.
since like what 2012 or something. The gym.
yes,
I don't remember what he said. It'll be in the video, I think, but it's been around for a long time.
Cool spot. They have old turf there.
Oh, nice.
It was fun.
And then 806.
And then we drove and saw Buc-ee's.
Oh, yeah.
We got on the road, and there was a sign, maybe in Nashville,
It was so
said
fast.
Buc-ee's 1,000 miles or something.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
700
And you
I've seen
don't
them
get to
do
the
that.
Buc-ee's
They
until
do.
Amarillo.
and where we were going is
Is
where
where it
Buc-ee's was.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, they
Scott
do
kept
that. I think
thinking he saw Buc-ee's. It was like a mirage to Scott the whole time.
The night when we were coming into Amarillo.
Usually we would drive 3 to 4 hours and then drive an hour, hour and a half every night to
Yeah.
get to where we were going and then stay.
Yeah.
That night was rough though because we drove like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2.5.
Yeah.
That was like lightweight rough because after the race.
Well, I will never do that again.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe 2 to 3 hours or something.
The race finishes at noon. We probably left at 11:30 because there's nobody else doing laps.
We drove 8 hours. It got so bad that
Rode all night, just boom on the road.
Who drove right off the rip?
Well,
I drove for a little
so
bit.
the best part is Rich and Trice were showering, and we like packed it. We were pretty much packed up. Just you guys were waiting to shower, and Darren's sitting in the driver's seat, and Rich comes back with Trice, kicks him out, puts him in the passenger seat. We made it to Buc-ee's, which was like 30 minutes maybe, and you're like, yeah, Darren, you can drive.
You can drive.
So Darren drives like 2 hours. He's like, hey guys, or he's like, Scott, you want to drive? Otherwise, he's like, I'm gonna have to just drink a bunch of caffeine to make it. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. And this was on the west side of Oklahoma City. I didn't stop. So we drove from the west side of Oklahoma City 5.5 hours all the way to Little Rock without stopping.
Nice.
Rich was having Trice pee in the back and whatever he could find.
The best part about it is Trice pissed in the bottle. So later on, we're like, pass up the pee bottles because he didn't throw it away. He passes up like 3 bottles. Yeah. And a couple of them, there was this much piss. So at some point, he was just like, oh, this is fun. I want to pee in the bottles.
Yeah.
He thought he was kidding. He thought Rich was kidding at first. Like, it's not a thing that you do.
Dude, I don't know what is wrong with me. I cannot pee in a bottle in a car.
Really? I can't.
I did it. Remember when we did it to come home from BCS? I could not do it.
I can't do it if I'm driving.
I just don't get it.
I can.
You don't get what?
I don't know what my
The pee in the bottle thing.
What?
Like, so I was in the truck. I drove the first 2 hours, and then I was like hallucinating, and so I passed it off to Jason. And but we stopped, dude. We stopped like 2 or 3 times. Well, we got gas, obviously, but stopped for like 2 more bathroom breaks, got a drink, and we were only like 30 minutes behind you.
That's 30 minutes.
That's 30 minutes, bro. We had food ordered. We had everything done by the time you got there.
Dude, there ain't nothing better.
And we had already scoped out where you guys could park. We did all your legwork. If you would have gotten there at the same time, it'd been another 45 minutes.
Fiasco.
If I'm trying to get, there's no like rush to get somewhere, we'll stop.
I'm love doing a camel run.
I want to get this out so I can lay in my bed. That's all I was trying. Like, all I could think about was actual real rest and sleep.
I get it. I
because
just think
we had to be at the gym the next morning.
Yeah.
So I knew we
weren't.
5
minute detour to not put my, I
don't mind.
So hang on, you guys drove. It was 8.5 hours back home.
No,
drove
just
8.5 hours
to
Little Rock,
and we worked out at Sherwood CrossFit the next morning.
And then we drove 5.5.
Home.
Yeah,
home. It was terrible.
Yeah,
they didn't get the best of us at Sherwood. We love you guys, but we showed up just heads hanging. AJ was like, literally looked me in the eye. He's like, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it.
The best part of it was they were like, hey, you guys don't have to work out. If you guys would just show up and take a picture, that would be awesome, blah, blah, blah. We know you just got off the race. We show up, and we'd kind of like, me and Darren had come up with this plan on how to tweak because he was going to do one of the in-person semifinal workouts, the shuttle run, clean and jerk burpee. Oh, no. And I was like, no, we'll do like what we did at Train with Rich. We do synchro burpees for a bit and then touch and go, just clean and jerks in the remaining time. And because they had a relatively small space and like not small, but it was broken up weird. And so I was like, we'll just do that.
That is
and
not.
So I'm trying to I'm like, hey, we got an idea on what to do. And he's like, no, we got you. we ran through, like, it's got tire flips and jump throughs and 600-meter run and then carry it. And I'm like, all right, man. I was in no place to want to do that. It was a fun workout. It was fun. It was cool that we got to use the space and all this, but he was like, no, I got you. And I'm like,
no.
Please no.
Please. You don't know where I've been.
They had an 800-meter, like on their property, an 800-meter trail running course through the woods.
Yeah.
And
they had a lot of cool
like
stuff.
Probably 50-plus yard field, tires.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hydraulic monkey bar.
Well, what's hydraulic?
Homemade hydraulic monkey bar.
I don't understand. Explain that.
He's got it hooked up to a battery, like a car battery, and it changes. Like, it can be flat or it can do this deal.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was dope.
Outdoor rig with rope climb, like the high attachment for ropes and everything.
Completely like separate house thing
for the
kids classes and rigs and like to kids specifications for bars and stuff.
You guys know too, but like when you go out, you like drop into a bunch of gyms. There's some like crazy cool gyms, like where just the way people have used their space and like where we're like in an old furniture warehouse. Like people just take buildings like that and just take whatever building they can get, and you just end up with like weird spaces that like work out. Like I think there's like. I've seen one or two like just old fire stations, which works out perfect because it's a huge garage basically. Like there's tons of really cool gyms out there.
Yeah, so that kind of ended it for us. That was the last place, and we drove back, dropped Darren off.
Yeah, we need to plan our next affiliate tour, where it's going to be.
I kept saying the parallels and stark differences to like the road trips I went on with my dad at that age. There were so many like parallels on just, giving Jack shit the whole time of like, he's 14,
Good.
being a dude, and like
Good.
just the conversations and the threatening of like, hey, what happens in the Odyssey stays in the Odyssey type deal. And then also like the amount of energy drinks that were drank versus the amount of Coors Light that were drank on the trips I was in a kid. Yeah. And then the amount of sunflower seeds we took in. Every stop we'd take in sunflower seeds. Yeah. And then we found caffeine pouches and nootropic pouches. I can't do nicotine. And the amount of consumption cigarettes. Of that versus cigarettes. It was like the parallels were there, but it was completely different.
Oh, yeah.
But it was fun. We had a good time. I thought Darren was going to kill Trice at one point.
I can't imagine why.
Do what?
And AJ?
No, AJ was pretty good with Trice.
I think he wanted to kill him too.
Oh, yeah.
What was his deal? Just being
Trice being Trice.
Yeah.
He's a 7-year-old boy or 8-year-old boy stuck in the backseat of a Honda Odyssey for a road trip for a couple days. So
if it wasn't for Jack,
I
probably would have wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
But Jack being there basically was like, he's like a sponge.
Yeah.
He just soaked it up.
When he had his iPad, he was like, when we travel, I'd give him an iPad when we were driving. I'm like,
don't even know he's there.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
And he was fine. But a couple times, like, he the best was he found out Darren's last name was Hunsucker. And he just kind of giggled. Like, just like, and then he asked me about it. He's like, is his name Hunsucker? I was like, yeah. And we get to the room. He's like, Darren's like, you think it's funny to make fun of somebody's name, Trice? Like, stone cold serious.
Legit pissed?
Yeah. I was like, dude, he's 8. And your name's Hunsucker. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So,
it's like bringing out, it's like PTSD for Darren. Like, grade school.
Like, it was for sure.
At that age.
For sure that's what happened. Darren was
7-year-old
like,
kids.
You think it's funny to make fun of somebody's name? Damn, Darren, you got
holding them over the balcony.
You need a therapist or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, Trice's good at being annoying, but I guess I'm immune to it.
Oh, man, that's good.
All right.
What do we miss, Scott? What are we missing?
I think that's everything.
Can we promo upcoming and ask for people's questions?
Sure.
We got 2 interesting upcoming podcasts, correct?
Do
we want to announce them or just
sure, I don't care.
Wouldn't hold you to the fire if it doesn't work?
I don't know.
2?
Oh,
Fikowski.
Fikowski's.
Oh yeah, he's the only one. I don't know where you're going with the next one.
Will Morad.
Yeah, the WFP crew has said that they'd like to podcast as well. So
yes,
I can't give you guys a date per se, but it's coming. So if you guys have some interesting questions or things you want to hear, Angelo
answer
and
questions
Rich.
Answered. Whatever.
Yeah, give us some goods, give us some content.
Yeah.
What exactly did Brent say that he was like? What was his goal with his podcast? I mean,
some upcoming initiatives that he's got. Definitely some PFAA stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously he stopped by not too long ago, so he was pretty specific, but I just can't recall it off the top of my head. Okay. Scott, do you remember?
I think it was PFAA stuff.
Okay.
PFAA.
Brent and Will. Sounds good.
And just because we didn't say it explicitly, congratulations to officially.
We can't say the last chance, right? Because it's not.
I don't know. Would I have it?
That's not what you're saying.
I was going to say the individuals that qualified. That
yeah.
Austin Hatfield, Camila Quintero, Luisa Marquez, Sung-Yeon Choi, Roman Krennikov, Haley Adams, Enrico Zanoni, Jack Rosema, Morteza Sidigat, Jorge Fernandez, and then the teams, Mayhem, 1124, Le Repari, Mayhem, 8th Day, and Camel City.
Yep.
Congratulations. Going to the CrossFit Games. Represent Mayhem.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
What else? I think that was it, man. Fresh Coast is coming.
Fresh Coast.
Oh, Rich is training hard for Fresh.
You've
got Ben doing like
games training.
Yeah.
I'm just training J-Web.
AJ too.
I'm training J-Web hard for Fresh Coast.
Yeah.
Also,
and J-Web come out here at 7 a.m. every morning.
Yeah. And in turn you have AJ and Ben all spun up on it.
That's great.
Why are they so spun up?
AJ worked out with us on Saturday.
Oh, that's so good.
I've never seen him work out on Saturday.
AJ was supposed to come work out. He asked if he could come work out on Saturday. I was like, yeah, sure. So I text Ben. I was like, hey, you can come work out. Saturdays can be neutral. And both of them.
You guys not hanging out right now?
No.
That's so
Ben
good.
said, "Hey, can I come work out with you one morning?" I was like, "No, dude."
They worked out with me.
And I was kind of like,
Perfect.
I was kind of joking, but now I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I like
that. I opened the door and they both
no.
said they were gonna. Well, Ben said he couldn't make time for it, and then apparently he's working out
Well,
with Scott.
he was supposed.
And then AJ said, "Yeah, I'll be there." And so
they
I
didn't
waited
show
around
up.
till 7:30 after I got out here at 7, and he still hadn't shown.
Oh, no update?
Therefore,
Ben was
invite
supposed
Cinder.
Lost their
to. He was
chance.
supposed to not have time on Saturday,
I'm gonna move them both
And-
from the note too.
and then
right
something
now.
else happened. He was supposed to help Jake Cobb move something, and then it got switched to this upcoming weekend.
How
You
much?
should-
You,
you should
how much
make
you
a
think
group-
this will spiral him?
You should make a group chat right now and like, how could you do that? You
I'm
would,
gonna uninvite them both right now.
oh no,
until
you can't.
After
You,
Fresh goes,
yeah, and you can't.
Are you concerned that they'll beat you?
Group chat.
they should beat us. I'm 38, Dan's 41, and J Webb's 46.
They're not gonna beat you.
I'm 38.
I think
I'll
They're
be
not gonna
38.
beat you.
I know, but I was just
Holy
saying I'd take a
shit,
38-year-old
you're gonna
Rich
be 38
Froning.
years
I know,
old.
right, dude?
Oh my god.
I mean, I think Rich has a point. They probably should.
They should.
They should, but
100% they should.
You don't think? Well, because they won with Pat, so I would think they'd win with AJ.
Who is the team?
Dre, Ben, and AJ.
Dre, Ben, and AJ. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
AJ's like a
He's sneaky fit.
yeah, not even sneaky. Like he's
athletic.
He's
He's very
athletic.
athletic, and he can just.
he's adaptable.
yeah.
he's adaptable.
And he's done it long enough to where
Yeah,
it's
he can
just
do
like,
everything.
Yeah.
He's got the skills to do everything. He has pretty good capacity and everything.
He's really sneaky.
He has
on
some like home
cleans
runs and some things
Yes.
too. Like
Yep.
yeah, and
and
there's
deadlifts. Sometimes I'll be deadlifting, and he'll walk up to my bar, and he'll pull like 460 cold.
Yeah. He's
he's
yeah.
like 245.
I mean, I remember.
Just kidding. He's like probably what 215, 210.
Tops. Yeah,
Yeah, he's tall. He's probably 215.
I'm 215.
Oh wait, I mean, you've been posting on your stories, but like we've been doing a collaboration effort to program the games track between like
Oh,
just all the coaches around, like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, I've
coaches who
been
want to
way
say
more.
in it. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you this. So on Saturday, Saturday, we did the workout, which was a ski buy-in with the 3 rounds
deadlift.
of deadlift and dumbbell bench, and
Crazy.
I don't know
That's
what was
crazy.
going on, but there's like no blues. So I was saving the blues for everyone else pretty much. So I grabbed reds, and I'm doing the plate math while I'm warming
You
up.
do like 425.
I did 415 for 2 of the 3 sets,
Nice.
and then the
Makes a
last
big
one.
difference when you get that heavy.
Yeah, I realized it for the last one and swapped it out. But oh my gosh, it was
That workout's cool.
415 or 405 would have been a different story based on the last set doing
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than the first 2 sets.
And that is nice that you got to go down for the last set.
Yeah, I was
a nice
crippled
feel.
after
Ben
that
said you guys
workout.
been compete a little bit more.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we did not. I don't want to say we did every workout that
Yeah.
was on there, but every workout we did was on there.
Was on there.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that's fun. It's cool because everyone gets a little taste of what everyone has.
Yeah,
has
I mean,
to, like,
I for sure have biases. You probably have similar biases to what I do.
yeah, but those guys know their athletes too. They probably know them a little better than us. Like, I mean, you're not so far moved, and neither am I. But like, we know that whatever they know what they're doing day to day. Like they know what Austin or Roman is hitting for a clean and jerk on day to day, so they know how to program workouts a little better.
The
to
heavier
for
stuff,
the games.
I'm just like so far removed from.
Yeah,
'cause
that,
I can't-
exactly. And I can't do it
even come
either.
Close to that anymore.
Can't do it either.
But I feel like it's been fun.
is, yeah, it's fun.
Last week would have been the first week that I've jumped
Yes.
back into having heavy hand in programming.
I think it's 2 weeks, right?
Last week was the first
that
week
just
this
came
year.
out.
Yeah, last Monday was day 1.
Oh, you're right with the deadlift and lunge one.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one was
Paige
nasty.
did a version of that, and she said it was awful.
yeah.
She hadn't deadlifted that heavy in a while. She did most of the volume, but I was like, hey, you probably don't need to do all this yet. She said it was messed up. That's good. I think everyone likes it. It's fun. I think everyone likes doing it. Like the coaches who are here, like I guess Nam Chef helped you last week because he was in town with Hatfield, and like just coaches come
Fun to
through
sit in
and
front
get
of
to
a
sit in.
whiteboard
Yeah,
and write it out. I know they
Yeah,
said
with-
you guys the week I wasn't here, you guys tried to do it on the computer, and there's
it's a nightmare.
there's something about a whiteboard and just throwing up some programming
out.
that just
Yeah.
feels right, you know.
We've gotten dragged into some crazy stuff because we're training with Haley in the PM session.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's been aggressive.
I did You guys will love this. I did basically a version of heavy DT 1-to-1 with Haley. It was
You did?
Yes.
Like
it was
round.
It was not the same.
What weight?
It was 205. 205, 145.
When was this?
It wasn't heavy
You go
DT.
963.
No, it was grip. It was harder, but it was less barbell cycling. It was 5 sets. Sorry, 6 sets.
Is this
Whatever.
today?
No, 18 toes to bar, 12 deadlift, 6 shoulder overhead, 1-to-1. Dude, I was about to fly off on the hang so we would deadlift, do the last deadlift, and then hang clean it up. I was about to fly off from the hang clean because my grip was smoked. Like I kept up with her okay. Like I wasn't too much slower than her, but it was so bad. And she just doesn't ever slow down, especially like with a moderate barbell. Like she never slows down. It was crazy.
All right. Well,
That's it.
big ups, huh?
Last plug. There's still tickets, believe it or not, because we released it late, to the next Train with Rich, which is next month, July 18th to 20th. So if you want to come see us, come see us.
Do games training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Games-ish training. There's
It would be a great-
I think on Saturday afternoon we're going to do an off-road triathlon at Meadow Creek.
Oh, come on.
So better start swimming in a row.
Yeah.
I need to start swimming.
I got those goggles with the heads-up display.
Oh,
That's all I
good to
need.
go.
Yeah. I
does
need
it
to
like
practice.
keep you straight?
It does?
Does it?
Yeah.
I need to check them out. So I had the old version. I need to go swim at the pond. All right. Peace.